Good morning, everyone. Myself, R. Pudita Gauri, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Erode Singodar Engineering College, Perundurai. Today, we are going to see the part 2 video of the Unit 2. In last video, we have discussed about the arithmetic operations and binary representations and addition and subtraction. Half adder, full adder, all those things are discussed in the previous video. Today we are going to discuss about the multiplication and division. In multiplication, we are going to discuss about the Booth algorithm, and in division, we are going to use the restoring algorithm. And also, we are going to discuss about the floating point representation. So these are all the topics today we are going to cover. First one, multiplication. So here multiplication is done with the uh, as like a just our traditional multiplication, just like our decimal multiplication. For example, 45 into 156 is multiplied. How we are going to multiply the decimal number is just the same like we are going doing with the binary numbers. For example, here 110011. So this is the multiplicand. Now I am going to multiply this multiplicand with the multiplier 101001. So first we have to take the least significant bit. First we are going to take the least significant bit called 1. So this 1 is multiplied with the entire multiplicand 110011. Next we are going to multiply this 0 with the entire multiplicand. So by multiplying with the multiplicand with 0, we get all zeros, and again there is a 0, then all zeros. Remember that. So while writing this multiplication answer, we have to shift one bit right, so that we will get the correct answer. So all these things are we will we have been done in the our traditional multiplication. Just same like this, we are going to do the multiplication in the binary numbers also. This is the traditional one. So look at here. Here we are using the another method. How means, uh, this multiplicand 110011, this is multiplied with the multiplier 10101. So how we are going to do means, first most significant bit 1 and all zeros is multiplied with the multiplicand, plus, and the next significant bit is 0. So this 0 is multiplied with the all multiplicand, plus again next we are having the one bit, first one bit 1. So this one is multiplied with the entire multiplication, plus just like this. And after that we are going to add all these things. So this is one way to do the binary multiplication. So this is this is like a series of shift and adds. We are going to shift the multiplicand, and finally we are going to add. So this is the normal procedure for multiplication, binary multiplication. So how we are going to do this multiplication in our by using the hardware means, here is the flow chart for that. So here our multiplicand is stored with the variable called m, and multiplier is stored with the registered q. So this m and q are temporary registers. Here we are using the another variable called a. So a is an accumulator. So we all know about what is accumulator, what is register. So all are um, uh, temporary short memory locations. And c, we are using another variable called c. So c is a single bit storing the carry out of the addition of a and m. So c is used to store the carry. So if we are going to add a and m means, we will get some carry. So this carry is stored in the register called c. Okay, so these are all the variables, and we are also using the count. So count here is n. N means number of bits. So number of bits in the multiplier. So the, for example, in multiplier we are having 1011 means, this 1011 is the multiplier means. So there are 4 bits in the multiplier. So count value equal to 4. Okay. Now by using this flow chart, we are going to do the multiplication process. In multiplier, we have to check the Q naught position. For example, the Q naught is the least significant bit, which means the last bit of the multiplier. So the last bit of the multiplier is 1. Then we have to same C. C is there is no change in the C, and for A we have to add A plus M. Initially, the value of A is 0 and C is also 0. So what we have to do is, if Q naught is equal to 1, we have to add A plus M, and then we have to do the shift operation, shift C comma A comma Q. So we have to shift all the three variables, and we have to reduce the count value by 1. So for example, if the Q naught is not equal to 1, which means the Q naught is 0, means we don't want to do this addition operation, just we are going to do the shift operation alone. So we have to repeat this process until we get count equal to 0. So if the count is equal to 0, then we can end the process. The product is A comma Q. So both the A and Q are our final answer. So in the next slide, we are having one example. Look at this. Here, M is the multiplier 1011 and Q is the multiplicand 1101. Sorry, M is the multiplicand and Q is the multiplier. Okay. And here A is the accumulator, we all know. So initially A value is 000, C value also 000. In first Q count value is equal to 4. Okay. Since there are 4 bits in the multiplier, 1101, so there are 4 bits in the multiplier, so count value is equal to 4. First we have to check the Q naught value. So Q naught is equal to 1. Yes, Q naught is equal to 1. 1 means what we have to do is we have to add both A plus M, and then we have to shift. Okay. And in shifting operation, we have to do the right shift. So 0 is done here. 1 0. A plus M. A plus M means 1011. So here the Q value is, for example, A value is A plus M. So A value is A plus M. So A value is 000, A plus M 1011. So both the values are added 1011, and Q value is same and M value is also same. Then we have to we have to shift all the CAQ. In previous video, we have to shift CAQ. All the values we have to shift, which means we have to do the right shift. 0 1 0 1, this one here 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. So here we have completed the first cycle, so we have to reduce the count value by 1. In second cycle, what is the Q naught value? See here. So this is the Q naught. So Q naught is 0. So we don't want to do the addition operation. Just we have to do the shift operation. Shift means 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1. So this is the shift operation. This second cycle gets over. Now count value is reduced by 1. Okay. The next one, what is the Q naught value here? Q naught value is 1. Then now we have to do the addition operation as well as shift operation. In addition operation, we have to add A. This 0010 is added with the M011. So by adding these two values, we will get 1101. And now we have to shift the operation. So shift operation. And this is third cycle gets over. Now we have to check the Q naught value. Again, it is 1. So we have to add and shift. Now all the count value becomes 0. So count value is initially 4, here 3, here 2, here 1, here 0. So count value now becomes 0. So we can stop the addition and shifting operation. So the final result is this A and Q 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. So this is our answer. So by multiplying 1011 with 1101, we will get this 10001111. So this is the addition process. So this is the multiplication process. So this is little bit long, and it will take some time to all the shifting and addition operation. So for that, what we have to going to do is, by using the Booth algorithm, we will get another important concept called, we have to do like this. For example, so by following this flow chart, we have to compare the rightmost bit of q, that is q naught, with the previous rightmost bit from q, so which is stored in the single bit q minus 1. So q minus 1 is initialized to 0. If the sequence is 0 to 1, then add m to a. If the sequence is 1 to 0, then subtract m from a. If the sequence is 0 to 0, then, or 1 to 1, then don't add. So 0 to 0 and 1 to 1 becomes 0. So we don't want to add anything. After each iteration, we have to do the shifting operation. So A, Q, Q minus 1. We have to shift all these things. Correct. So in previous traditional multiplication method, we have to do one bit each bit. Now what we have to do is, we have to combine the two bits, and we have to do the addition operation. So for two bits, we are going to do only one addition, one shifting operation. So thereby we can reduce the number of addition and shifting rounds. Okay. So this is the example. So first initialize A to 0 and Q to 0011. So this is our multiplier, and M, this is our multiplicand, 0 1 1 1. So initialize, first we have to take the Q minus 1. So Q minus 1 is 0. So, and as usual, A is assigned with all zeros accumulator value. First we have to check the q and q minus 1. Q and q minus 1. First of all, 1 to 0. So 1 to 0 means what we have to do? Check here. 1 to 0 means we have to subtract m from a. A minus m, and we have to shift. So this is done here. And next, check the q and q minus 1 value. 1 to 1. 1 to 1 means we don't want to do the addition operation, just we are going to do the shifting operation. Okay. And after shifting, we will get 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means what we have to do? Check here. 0 to 1 means we have to add m to a. So now we have to add a plus m, and the result is stored with the value a here. And then we have to do the shifting operation. Now check the q naught and q minus 1 value, 0 to 0. So 0 to 0 means we don't want to do any other addition operation. Just we are going to do the shift operation alone. So this is up to this, the both algorithm gets over. So the final result is our A and Q, which means what is A here? 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1. So this is our final answer. So now we are going to do the division algorithm. So in division algorithm, uh, here also we are using some registers, accumulators. So A is the accumulator initialized with 0, M is the divisor, and Q is the dividend, and count is equal to N, number of bits in the dividend. Okay. And we have to do a shift left operation. So in previous system we are doing the right shift. Now in division we are going to do the shift left operation, A comma Q. So A tends to A minus 1. We have to also think that multiplication is the repetition of addition, whereas division is the repetition of subtraction. We all know about that. For example, so multiplication means, for example, 4 into 2 means we have to add 4 two times. That's the main concept of multiplication. So multiplication means repeated addition. In subtract division means we have to do repeated subtraction. So here we will be using only subtraction, A minus M. So A is less than 0 means Q naught is 1. If A is less than 0 means Q naught equal to 0. A is A plus 1. We have reduced the count value, and count is equal to 0. We will end the process. Okay. So in division we don't have any examples. Next one, we are having the floating point representation. So what is floating point representation? Before that, we will be looking into the fixed point representation. Fixed point means the decimal point can be fixed anywhere. Okay, which means fixed point means the only we didn't look it about any decimal points. Okay, we will be using the integers only. So now we are going to see about the decimal point, decimal numbers. Recall the fraction notation used a fixed decimal point. So at the end of the digit, we will be using the decimal point in fixed point representation. In floating point, we can shift the decimal point anywhere. Okay, so floating point is based on the scientific notation. For example, 3518, 3518.76 equal to, it can be written as 0.351876 into 10 to the power of 4. So number of digits we have shifted, the decimal point is added with the 10 to the power. So this is for decimal point representation. For binary representation, we will be using base 2. Okay, so we store the two integer values plus the sign bit and all in binary. So what we have to do here is we have to store the decimal part and integral part and also the sign of the bit, either it is a signed number, positive number or negative number. So all these things we have to store. So in order to store all these things, first we have to normalize the floating point number so that the decimal is implied to be before the first bit 1. And in shifting the decimal point, we determine the exponent. Okay, so this is the exponent value. For example, 2 to the power of 4 means 4 is the exponent value, and we have to make it as a normalized one. Before doing the floating point operation, we have to make the floating point number as a normalized one. How we are going to do means just we have to shift the decimal point to the first bit of 1 so that it will be easy to understand by everyone, and the storing capacity can also be reduced. Then exponent is stored in a bias representation to permit both positive and negative exponent. Okay, the significant is stored in the unsigned magnitude. For example, this is the normalized one. 1.01001 into 2 to the power of minus 5. So this can be represented as 1 plus 0 into 2 to the power of minus 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power of minus 2 plus etc plus 1 into 2 to the power of minus 6. So everything is multiplied like this. This is the standard representation. So in order to represent the floating point, we are using the two method. For it, first one is the single precision, second one is the double precision. Okay. So in single precision, uh, the size of the floating point representation is 32 bits. In 32 bit, the first bit is called the sign bit, and the next 8 bits are used to represent the exponent value, and the next 23 bits are used to represent the fraction part. So more exponent bit. So if we are using more exponent bit means we cannot use this method. So we go for a decimal point, அதாவது double precision method. In double precision, we will be using 64-bit representation. As usual, the first bit is the sign bit, and the next 11 bits store the exponent, and then remaining 52 bits are used for fraction. So this 64-bit representation is used for most scientific most accurate scientific calculations are done by using this 64-bit representation. So the largest number that can be represented in 2-bit 32-bit single precision method means 2.0 into 2 to the power of 128 is equal to 2.0 into 10 to the power of 38. So like this. So first, for example, how we are going to represent minus 0.75. This is represented by decimal representation. And now we are going to represent this with single and double precision format. In single precision, the first bit is a sign bit 1, plus next 8 bits are represented for exponent, and then the remaining 23 bits are used for mantissa. In double precision, first bit is for sign bit, first 1 bit is assigned for sign bit, 11 bits are for exponent, and 52 bits are mantissa part. So this is how we are going to represent the minus 75. So here we are going to represent the minus value negative 1. So the sign bit is 1. So if it is the sign bit is 1, then it is a negative number. If the sign bit is 0, then it is a positive number. And the decimal part exponent part is 0, 111, 111, and the remaining all the generated bits are for representing mantissa. If this is for double precision method, means 1 0 111, all 4 ones, 110, 1, all zeros. So first, how we are going to do the floating point addition means first we have to make it as a 32-bit representation normalized format, and we have to do the addition, and then we have to it will be converted to a normalized one, and we have to check whether there is an overflow or underflow. So 9.999 into 10 to the power of 1 plus 1.610 into 10 to the power of minus 1. So how we are going to add means we have to make both the convert it to the larger exponent. So we have to make the both the exponent value become same. So here 10 to the power of 1, here 10 to the power of minus 1. So we have to convert this 10 to the power of minus 1 to 10 to the power of 1 by shifting the decimal points. And after after making both the exponent value same, then we can add the decimal number. So this 9.999 0.016, so both the values gets added and the result is 10.015. So we can make only one common exponent into 10 to the power of 1. Then we have to do the normalized operation. So by shifting this decimal point to the most significant 1.0015 into 10 to the power of 2. So this is the method how we are going to do the floating point addition. So for multiplication, similar steps to be calculated. We have to compute the exponent value, multiply the significant, and normalize, and we have make it as to round, and we can finally we can assign the bit. So this is just same like the regular multiplication method. Oh, thank you everyone.